Hello, I'm Dr. Muhammad Asif. I welcome you to my channel. I will discuss some important books for optional papers for CSS. First, I would like to discuss some important points. First point is genuine and authentic books play a big role in the success of the candidates. Good books can ensure a good result. So, good books, authentic books, they play a big role in the success of the students. The students who succeed and score good marks in CSS generally have access to better books. And the students who go for the routine stuff or the books that are easily available in the market, they usually suffer in the exam. The books I am sharing are mere suggestions and not recommendations. The purpose is to offer different options so that you select the right book. You should select books after due consideration and taking all factors into account. Select one or maximum two books as core books and prepare them thoroughly. Consult other books for topics that are not properly covered in your core books. You are not supposed or required to go through all these books. Consulting peers and seniors can be very helpful. So, before selecting books for optional papers, you must weigh all your options. You must consult your peers and seniors, and then you should decide. And once you decide about your books, then you must stick to your decision. Final decision should be your own. Trust yourself. Note, most of the books are available free on the net. Sometimes students are not aware of whether a particular book on the topic is available or there are some other options available. So this presentation will especially help them. I start with international relations. The first book on international relations is by Stephen McGlinchey, and this is the description that I have borrowed from Google Books, written by a range of emerging and established experts. This book offers a broad sweep of the basic components of international relations and the key contemporary issues that concern the discipline. The narrative arc forms a complete circle, taking readers from no knowledge to competency. The journey starts by examining how the international system was formed and ends by reflecting that international relations is always adapting to events and is therefore a never ending journey of discovery. This book can be very helpful for the beginners, especially. International Relations The Basics by Jonita Elias and Peter Such. An introduction for students new to international relations and for the general reader. Explains the key ideas and theories in refreshingly clear language and features illustrative and familiar case studies from around the world. The basic series is very important and is written in a very student friendly manner. And especially if you are interested in learning theories of international relations, you must go for this book. It describes all the major theories very briefly and covers the major areas very efficiently. Globalization of World Politics by John Bayles. This is actually a very important and very famous book, and all the students who prepare IR, they do go for this book, and this is easily available in the market as well, and students generally know about this book. World Politics, Trend and Transformation by Kegley. This again is a very popular book among the students and it covers some of very important areas and provides background information, and generally it helps the students in attempting the questions as well. International History of 20th Century by Anthony Best. This book actually provides the background to most of the important events and issues that happened during the 20th century. So let's see what the description says. Among the areas this book covers are the decline of European hegemony over the international order, the diffusion of power to the two superpowers, the rise of newly independent states in Asia, and Africa, the course and consequences of the. So, in this way, this book covers all the major events of the 20th century and gives the historical background and gives a better understanding of the international relations in the 20th century. Theories of International Relations by Scott Burchell Scott. As you know that theories are very important in international relations, and if you want to really focus on theories and want to learn them in detail, then you must go for this book. Now I come to political science. Political Science Theory and Practice by Mazharul Haq. This book provides a very comprehensive introduction to political science. It covers all the major aspects of political science and is a good option for anyone preparing for CSS. A History of Political Theory by G.H. Sabine. G.H. Sabine is one of the established authors on political science, and his book focuses on the nature of political theory and covers the political theory in its entirety. And this is one of the best books that can help you understand the dynamics of political theory. World Constitutions by S.L. Keeley and M. Sohail Bhatti. This is a very popular book among the CSS aspirants, and this is one of the primary texts for studying world constitutions. And the beginners, they should definitely go for it. It provides all the basic information and covers most of the contents of CSS. Political Thinkers from Socrates to the Present by Paul Kelly. Political Thinkers provides a clear and comprehensive introduction to Western political thought written by a team of internationally renowned scholars. This collection provides an overview of the canon of great theorists from Socrates and the Sophists to contemporary thinkers such as Habermas and Foucault. So, if you want to study the evolution of political thought in Europe, starting from Sophists, ending with postmodernists, that is, starting from Socrates to Foucault, you must go through this book. Political Thought from Plato to Present by Mount Jude Harman. This book covers Plato, Aristotle, Roman and medieval political thought, Saint Thomas Aquinas, Machiavelli, Luther, and Calvin, the divine right of kings, Hobbes, Locke, Marx, Lenin, fascism, and more. So this book provides you another alternative that if you want to study political thought, you can choose from among these two books. Muslim Philosophy by Said Sheikh. Said Sheikh is the best author on Muslim philosophy and Muslim ethics. Said Sheikh's books are easily available in the market and they cover the Muslim thought and Muslim philosophy in a very comprehensive way. And for students who want to prepare it from the examination purposes, this book is a great help. Muslim Philosophy by M. Sharif. This is one of the greatest books on Muslim thought and it is available online. This is a very lengthy book. You should study it under the guidance of somebody who has already gone through Muslim philosophy. The concise Oxford Dictionary of Politics. The description says, this best-selling dictionary contains over 1700 entries on all aspects of politics. Written by a leading team of political scientists, it embraces the whole multidisciplinary spectrum of political theory, including political thinkers, history, institutions, and concepts, as well as notable current affairs that have shaped attitudes to politics. I believe that one must consult dictionary, whether one is studying IR or political science. One should be very clear about the basic concepts, and dictionaries are the best source for this purpose. Now I come to international law. International Law by Agarwal and Kapoor. These two books are generally consulted by Pakistani students who prepare for CSS and they are available in the market. But I think students must go beyond them as well in order to score better marks. Books like International Law by Malcolm Shaw and Encyclopedic Dictionary of International Law. Said students must consult dictionary as well for better comprehension of some concepts of law. Environmental Sciences by Michael Alabi. The description says the new edition of this popular student text offers an engaging introduction to environmental study. It covers the entire breadth of the environmental sciences, providing concise, non-technical explanations of physical processes and systems and the effects of human activities. In this second edition, the scientific background to major environmental issues is clearly explained. These include global warming, genetically modified foods, desertification, acid rain, deforestation, human population growth, depleting resources, nuclear power generation. So this book covers all the aspects of environmental sciences. Now here are two dictionaries students must consult one of these two in order to better understand the major concepts of environmental sciences. One is Collins Dictionary of Environmental Sciences, and the other is McGraw-Hill Dictionary of Environmental Science. Now I come to US history. Pocket History of USA by Henry Steele Commager. This is a very popular book and it covers the US history in a very proper manner. And then Outline of US history by State Department. This is available online as well. Mastering US history. Mastering US history is intended for those who find American history especially challenging. Content chapters provide a concise but lucid survey of US history and government. So this book covers all the major areas of US history. A concise history of the United States of America. Description says, born out of violence and the aspirations of its early settlers, the United States of America has become one of the world's most powerful nations, even as its past continues to inform its present and to mold its very identity as a nation. Woven through this richly crafted study of America's shifting social and political landscapes are the multiple voices of the nation's history. Slaves and slave owners, revolutionaries and reformers, soldiers and statesmen, immigrants and refugees. It is their voices, together with those of today's multicultural America, that define the United States as the dawn of a new century. So we find this book covers almost every aspect of American history. Mastering Modern British History. So if you want to study British history, you must start with this book. This gives you very comprehensive introduction and it covers all the major areas of the modern British history. Oxford History of the British Empire, Volume 4. This book is indispensable if you want to study the history of the British Empire in detail. Public Administration, David H. Rosenblum. The description says the 8th edition of Public Administration, Understanding Management, Politics, and Law in the Public Sector, grounds students in the fundamentals of public administration while embracing its complexity. It describes, explains, and analyzes public administration through the lenses of three well-established perspectives: management, politics, and law. This edition retains its strong US focus while broadening the discussion and the themes in recognition of its adoption in about 20 countries abroad and to enhance its global utility as a world text. Now I will share two more books on public administration. The first is Handbook of Public Policy Analysis, Theory, Politics, and Methods. And second is Public Administration in a Globalized World, Theories and Practices. Students generally complain that they don't find good material on public ad. I hope that one of these books will be good enough to serve the purpose and the students they will not have any complaint about the lack of material on public ad. Sociology, Sociology by Horton and Hunt. This is a very popular book among the CSS aspirants, and most of the students prepare sociology from this book. The sociology book, Big Ideas Simply Explained. Now, this is a bit unorthodox book and covers sociology from a different perspective and in a different style. The sociology book profiles the world's most renowned sociologists and more than 100 of their biggest ideas, including issues of equality, diversity, identity, and human rights, the effects of globalization, the role of institutions, and the rise of urban living in the modern society. Right from the beginning of this presentation, I have been asserting the importance of a good dictionary. The Sage Dictionary of Sociology is very comprehensive and it gives you a very good understanding of the basic concepts, as this description says. With over 1,000 entries on key concepts and theories, the Sage Dictionary of Sociology provides full coverage of the field, clarifying the technical use of apparently common words, explaining the fundamentals, concepts, and introducing new and unfamiliar terms. Mass communications, mass communications and media studies, an introduction by Peyton Paxson. Focused in its approach and comprehensive in its coverage, this is the textbook of choice for mass communication and media studies students. For the Pakistani perspective on mass communication and journalism, Journalism for All by Khurshid Ahmed and Mehdi Hassan is a very good book. And then Journalism by A1 Publishers is also a good book. Gender studies, gender studies, as you know, is a very popular subject these days with CSS aspirants. So here are some books. Gender Studies, Handbook of Gender and Women's Studies. The Handbook of Gender and Women's Studies presents a comprehensive and engaging review of the most recent developments within the field, including the study of masculinity, the feminist implications of postmodernism, the cultural turn, and globalization. The authors review current research and offer critical analysis of women's and gender studies in work, the welfare state, family, education, religion, violence, and war, and feminist global politics. So, as you must have noticed, that this book covers almost everything related to gender studies. Gender Studies by Nawaz Khalid is a very good book. It covers all the major contents of the syllabus of CSS. 50 Key Concepts in Gender Studies by Dr. John Pilcher and Dr. Imelda Welbhan. Lively and impressive. Now, this is from one of the critics. I can easily imagine this text being used by both gender and women's studies undergraduates and postgraduates. In particular, it will enable students to get a sense of how older and more contemporary theoretical movements and debates relate to one another. So, if you want to study gender studies in proper context and understand all the terminology, you must go for these 50 key concepts. Now, if you master these 50 key concepts properly, you will definitely get good marks in the paper. Another book, Feminist Critical Discourse Analysis Studies in Gender, Power, and Ideology. On the surface, it might not appear to be directly related to the subject gender studies. But when you look at the terms feminist critical discourse analysis and especially gender, power, and ideology, you find that this is a very relevant book. At least you should study its first two or three chapters. They will give you the ideas, the theories, and the terminology that is needed to discuss gender discourse. Psychology, the psychology book Big Ideas Simply Explained. This is actually a very good series that covers the subjects in bit unorthodox manner. The description says clearly explaining more than 100 groundbreaking ideas in the field. The psychology book uses accessible text and easy to follow graphics and illustrations to explain the complex theoretical and experimental foundations of the psychology from its philosophical roots through behaviorisms, psychotherapy, and developmental psychology. The psychology book looks at all the grades from Pavlov and Skinner to Freud and Jung and is an essential reference for students and anyone with an interest in how the mind works. This is a very comprehensive description and it covers very important points. And there is everything that you need to know about psychology. Introduction to Psychology, Theory and Problems by Feldman. As you know that this is the book that students generally use for preparing psychology for CSS. This is a very comprehensive book. This covers the contents, this gives you understanding, and this solves most of the problems that you face as an examinee. APA Dictionary of Psychology. Psychology, as you know, is a technical subject. And to better understand a technical subject, it is vital that you understand the basic terms and concepts. And the description says this second edition of Landmark Reference Resource created not only for psychologists, clinicians, students, and professionals from allied mental health professions, but for all interested readers. Now I come to philosophy, the most important book, History of Western Philosophy by Bertrand Russell. I don't think that it needs any introduction. Then Philosophy, The Story of Philosophy by Will Durant. This is again a very important book. Compared to Russell's book, this is written rather in a very simple manner and it offers a very lucid explanation of philosophical ideas. And then the philosophy book, this covers philosophy from a different angle and it moves from one age to another age, from one thinker to another thinker, from one idea to another idea in a very systematic way and explains things with graphics and other illustrations in a way that the students they don't face any problem, and all these illustrations and diagrams make learning pleasurable activity. Two dictionaries here. Dictionary of Philosophy, Oxford University's published book. This is a good one. And then the Cambridge Dictionary of Philosophy as well. You can get any of these two books and consult them the way you like. Physical Geography by Philip Lake. This is a very popular book and this is the book for the beginners. Once you have gone through it, then you should go for Stroller's famous book, Physical Geography. So these two books, they are very popular among the students who prepare geography for CSS and they have been there for a long time. Even in the universities, Stroller's book is used as a basic text. Then the other aspects of geography, these are the areas where students generally find it difficult to get authentic material. First is human geography and second is geography of South Asia. So it will cover geography of Pakistan as well and it is available in Pakistan as it is published by Sangamil Publications. History of Pakistan and India. This is the book that students generally use here in Pakistan by Sohail Bhatti, Muslim Rule in India and Pakistan. And this is the book that I would recommend you to study because it will give you a better understanding of the culture and civilization and the sociological aspect of Muslim civilization and the Indian civilization in general. And it will give you enough content to develop a critical argument while discussing the historical events. So, S.M. Ikram's History of Muslim Civilization in India and Pakistan is an indispensable book for preparing history of Pakistan and India for CSS. History of Pakistan and India. Pakistan, the Formative Phase by Khalid bin Said. This book has been popular with the CSS students for a number of years and it still continues to be a favorite among the CSS aspirants. Then Pakistan or Modern History by Ian Talbot. This is a very critical history of Pakistan and when you study it, you must be aware of what is going on in this book. History of Pakistan and India, especially for the post-partition era, you must consult these books. This is Pakistan and World Affairs by Dr. Shamshad Ahmed, and this is A Concise History of Pakistan by M.R. Kazmi. Constitutional Law, this is the book, and the description says that this book covers and identifies the underlying policy issues in each area of constitutional law. Thorough coverage of the topic makes it appropriate for both beginning and advanced courses. So, if you want to study constitutional law, then you must go for this book, Constitutional Law, Principles and Policies. Two more books on constitutional law. First is World Constitutions by Kelly and Sahil Bhatti, very popular book. And then you can go for another book by Constitution of the World by Maddox, etc. And constitutional law, Constitutional and Political History of Pakistan by Hamid Khan. This is a popular book. And Constitutional Development in Pakistan. This is a very genuine book. And if you want to understand Pakistan's constitution in its true letter and spirit, then you must go for it. This is a very, very important book. History of Europe. One must start with Mastering series, as I told you earlier. Mastering Modern World History by Norman Low, and then by Peacock, A History of Modern Europe from 1789 to 1981. Now I would sum up my discussion on these books. Of course, I haven't covered all the papers and I must have missed some important books as well. But anyhow, this is what I would like to say at the end. Study genuine books. Don't go for every book. Select only one or two core books and stick to them. Consult other books only if you need them.
Thank you.